Hi, today I want to talk to you about Albion printing presses and some of the hacks that we've done to our press so that it works well for me and gives me perfect registration. So this is an Albion printing press, and you can see Hopkinson and Cope, they were the first manufacturers of this type of press, and this particular one dates back to 1876. There are loads of different printing presses around, but basically for printmaking they kind of fall into two groups. There are relief presses and there are intaglio presses. So intaglio presses, which are designed to do things like mezzotint etching, things like that, have a travelling roller, and the bed of the press actually moves under the roller as you print. And those presses are designed for printing things where the surface is wiped clean and the inks lie in the grooves that the printmaker has scratched or etched into the plate. So they work on a slightly different principle from a relief press, which this Albion is, where the intention is to print the surface of the material, whether that's wood or lino. So we actually have clean grooves with no ink, and it's the surface with the ink on it. And in order to get a good print, the relief press is designed to drop a big flat weight over the whole piece of material. So this one is quite a large size. They are originally designed as letterpress printing, so they would have been printing things like everything from newspapers to bills of sale to visiting cards, things like that. They would have printed images as well, but chiefly they'd have been for printing type. So this particular one isn't a specific size. With Albions, they usually paper sizes. So you get my previous one was a broadsheet, so it was that paper size. This one is a bespoke one. It's been made to fit a particular size. Y is lost in the mists of time, but this is what we've got. So what we've done that's different is that we've adapted this press to my style of working. So the first thing we've done is to create a frame which raises the lino up, because the press is designed to take type. Everything is at type height, and I work with lino which is about 3mm thick. So we've made a frame, and that frame raises the height in the bed of the press to the right height to accommodate the lino plus a backing board. So I have a frame here, and on top of the base is a metal frame like a picture frame. And the way that this works, and I'll show you better as we start printing, is that the lino sits in the bed of this frame area, and my paper is attached to the metal frame, and we've scratched lines into the metal frame, and when the paper is attached I use a pencil to mark the line onto the paper so that I can line it up when I put the paper back to take a second layer or third layer of my print. So that's how it works on the press, and it doesn't really show very clearly what's going on, so I'm going to move over and show you some adaptations that we've made. So here it's a little easier to see if I use the frame from the bed of my small press, which is exactly the same as the frame that I've just shown you on the big press. If you watch my studio tour, you'll have noticed that I've got two Albion presses. I'm very, very lucky in that respect. So here's the frame from the smaller one, and if I tilt it, you can see the big fat piece of MDF which is raising the frame up to the height that accommodates lino rather than type. Also with this, you can see again it's got a metal frame. I've covered it with tape, and that makes it nice and easy to see the lines that I copy across onto the back of the paper when I'm printing. So that's great for me in my studio, but I go out and about, and in fact you may well have met me at an art fair or festival where I will have been demonstrating printmaking. Sometimes I demonstrate Japanese woodblock, and sometimes I like to demonstrate lino. So in order to take lino out into the field and still get completely accurate registration, Mr. B came up with the idea of making a portable frame. So let me show you mine. Now my portable frame is the same size as the one I've just shown you for the bed of the press, so that I can print either at home or out in the field. So this is my field press, if you like. And it's the same principle. It's a frame, and the lino sits in the centre of that frame with another frame that sits on top of it. The addition here is that we have a bench hook to hold everything steady. So the way that it works is exactly the same as the big press, and here I can put a piece of lino that's been mounted up to MDF into the frame to show you that. Now we are going to make a video that's going to talk all about these frames and the hacks that you can do to accommodate lino and improvise and stuff like that, because we also sell these and I also use these for teaching. So let me show you what one of those looks like. It's going to look a lot cleaner. My other one's filthy because when you're printing on a trestle table in a field, things do get quite inky. So this is a nice, clean, pristine one that I use for teaching or I sell on my website. And again, exactly the same principle, bench hook on the side, and it comes with an insert. And again, we're going to teach you how to use different things for inserts and how to make bigger or smaller inserts, things like that in another video, hacks for the hand registration device. So that's how my system has evolved, and I'm going to be showing you printing on the big press and also some of the things we've had to do to improvise for printing with paper with a decal, and that'll be coming in another video. So thank you for watching this one, and I hope you'll join me again.